Hey, Isabella, I was thinking about something that, it just keeps coming up in conversations lately. This idea of breaking generational curses. It's really powerful, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely, Sophia. I mean, it's a phrase that for a lot of people just resonates so deeply, right? It implies this incredible hope, this chance to actually change things that feel, well, almost fated. But I wonder, for those who might not be totally familiar, what does that actually mean in like a psychological sense?
That's a fantastic question. So, fundamentally, breaking generational curses refers to this conscious, intentional effort to really identify and then stop those negative, dysfunctional, or toxic patterns that just get passed down, from parents to children, grandparents, generation to generation within a family. Psychologically, we often call them generational trauma or toxic generational patterns. These aren't just like quirks. They're deeply ingrained habits that significantly impact our mental and physical health, our relationships, and just our whole well-being.
Wow. So it's not just about like bad luck. It's truly about these deep, deep patterns. And generational trauma, that sounds really heavy. What does that actually look like, Sophia?
It can be, Miha. It really can be. Generational trauma involves the transfer of the emotional and psychological effects of really traumatic experiences from one generation to the next. Think about things like war, displacement, systemic oppression, abuse, neglect, poverty, or even interpersonal violence. When these experiences are unaddressed, their responses can become so deeply held, so hard to shake. They influence everything: how we understand love, safety, conflict, how we attach to others, how we regulate our emotions. And the thing is, we often inherit these patterns without even realizing it. They're not chosen.
That's such an important point. It's not chosen. So, how do we even begin to recognize these patterns? I mean, sometimes you're just so enmeshed in your family, you don't even see it, right? What are some of those key signs, those things we should be looking for? You hit the nail on the head, Isabella. Recognizing them is the crucial first step. So first up, look for repeating themes. Do you see similar struggles across generations, like financial instability, dysfunctional relationships, addiction maybe, emotional distance, poor communication, or even unspoken resentment? If you're seeing a pattern, that's a big sign right there.
Oh, that really resonates. It's like, watching your grandmother struggle with something, and then your mother, and then you realize you're doing it too. It's unsettling.
Exactly. And another one is unregulated emotions and emotional unavailability. This can manifest as difficulty trusting others, hypervigilance, avoidant behaviors, anger issues, or just a struggle to express emotions in a healthy way. If love was expressed through discipline rather than affection in your family, you might really struggle to be emotionally open yourself. It's a tough one because you want to connect, but you just can't sometimes.
That's so true. And I see that a lot, especially with people who were taught that showing emotion was a weakness. It's like they've built this wall. What about boundaries or lack thereof? That seems like a big one. Absolutely. Lack of boundaries and respect is a huge red flag. This is when family members disregard your personal space, your privacy, or your autonomy. They might demand too much of you or try to make you feel guilty for asserting your needs. It's a profound disrespect that just chips away at your sense of self. It's like your feelings aren't valid if they don't align with theirs.
Yeah, that guilt-tripping feeling. I think a lot of us have experienced that. It really makes it hard to stand up for yourself. What are some of the other, maybe more manipulative patterns that we should be aware of?
You got it, Isabella. Manipulation and control are insidious. We're talking behaviors like guilt tripping, which you just mentioned, gaslighting, twisting situations to maintain power, or using fear or shame to control others. It's a very subtle way of keeping people in line, without outright force. Then there's unconstructive criticism and low self-worth. Frequent criticism, whether direct or implied, can lead to low self-esteem or a constant sense of dread or inadequacy. You start to internalize that voice, you know? It's tough.
Oh, that's so damaging, really. It just makes you doubt everything. And I guess sometimes families just avoid talking about hard things, right? Like mental health?
Exactly. Silence over struggles is a big one. Mental health discussions get brushed aside, making it incredibly hard for anyone in the family to seek help. It's like, don't air our dirty laundry. Then there's manufactured dependency. This is when family members use money or guilt to manipulate and keep others dependent on them. It's a power play, really, or the black sheep phenomenon.
The black sheep. Oh, tell me more about that. I think a lot of people feel like they're the black sheep.
It's when you're labeled as too sensitive or the difficult one, just for challenging those unhealthy family dynamics. You're the one who sees the patterns and dares to question them, and suddenly, you're the problem. And finally, overreacting or victim mentality, struggling with emotional regulation and frequently playing the victim. It's a cycle of blame, you know?
So once we start to really see these patterns, the big question is, okay, now what? Breaking these cycles isn't easy, but it's absolutely possible. It takes intentionality, self-awareness, and often professional support. It's a courageous journey.
Courageous, for sure. Facing deep-seated stuff can feel so intimidating. So, what's the absolute first step someone can take?
The very first one is to become self-aware. We need to recognize how our childhood influences current behaviors, identify triggers, and understand why we react the way we do. Journaling or meditation really helps with that introspection, just observing what comes up.
Got it. Self-awareness is key. You can't change what you don't understand. What's next after that?
Then, acknowledge and accept these patterns as part of your family's experience, recognizing their impact. After that, it's vital to set healthy boundaries. Communicate what's acceptable and what isn't. This might mean limiting contact with toxic family members. Boundaries aren't selfish. They're essential for self-preservation and healing.
Self-preservation and self-respect? I love that. It's not about pushing people away. It's about protecting yourself. And sometimes you just can't do it alone, right? What about getting professional help?
Absolutely not alone, Isabella. This is where seeking professional help comes in. Therapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, individual therapy, family therapy, or trauma-informed care like EMDR, can provide crucial support, tools, and completely new ways of thinking. Support groups can also be incredibly beneficial. You get to hear from others who are going through similar things, and that validation is huge.
That sense of community, knowing you're not the only one, can be so healing. And then once you start getting that support, how do you actually begin to change those ingrained emotional responses?
That's about practicing emotional awareness and regulation. Develop emotional intelligence, learn to express your needs clearly, and allow yourself to feel a full range of emotions without guilt. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's about how you process it. And this is a big one. Take accountability. Recognize your part in situations, acknowledge the impact of your actions, and take steps to make amends and learn from experiences. This really models emotional maturity for future generations, you know? It's saying, I messed up and I'm gonna fix it. That's so powerful. Modeling that for your children or for others. It teaches them that it's okay to be human, to make mistakes, and to grow. It also sounds like it takes a lot of self-compassion, too.
It absolutely does, Isabella. And with all of this, the ultimate goal is to create new, positive patterns. Determine alternative, healthier behaviors to counter those negative ones. Practice these consistently. If you're a parent, proactively engage in positive parenting techniques. Modern parenting styles increasingly prioritize what we call cycle-breaking parenting, focused specifically on healing generational trauma. It's about being really intentional with how you raise your kids.
That's fantastic. It's like you're not just stopping the negative, you're actively building something beautiful in its place. And you mentioned community earlier. How important is that in this journey?
Oh, it's vital. Build a supportive community. Surround yourself with people who truly support and encourage your growth, whether through friends, chosen family, or even parenting groups. These are your anchors, the people who will lift you up when it gets tough. And finally, and this cannot be overstated, practice self-care. Prioritize your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Do things that bring you joy and help you manage stress. It's not selfish. It's absolutely necessary to sustain this long journey of healing.
That makes so much sense, Sophia. This isn't about perfection. It's about making conscious choices for healing, for transforming not just your own life, but your entire family narrative, right? It's about creating a healthier, more hopeful future for yourself and for generations to come. Thank you for shining such a bright light on this, Sophia. It's truly inspiring.
Anytime, Isabella. It's a journey worth taking for all of us. Well, Isabella, this has been such an enlightening conversation today. We've really covered a lot, from recognizing those repeating patterns and emotional walls to the crucial steps of self-awareness and setting healthy boundaries. And importantly, we've discussed how seeking support and actively building new, positive legacies can truly transform our lives and those of future generations. It's all about making those conscious choices for healing.
Absolutely, Sophia. And to everyone listening, we truly hope this discussion resonated. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you seen these patterns in your own life, or perhaps taken steps toward breaking them? Please share your experiences in the comments below.
Yes, your stories are so valuable to this community. If you found this episode helpful, please give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and make sure you subscribe to Good Life Guide wherever you listen or watch. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and YouTube for more daily insights, or visit us at www.goodlifeguide.org for additional resources.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. We're so grateful for this growing community and can't wait to connect with you again on our next episode.